Hey guys, it's Andrew. So my whole life, I've really enjoyed drawing and sketching. From when I was a young age, I wanted to grow up and be a starving artist.
So you wanted to grow up and starve.
No, shut up. It's a metaphor.
Okay. Yes.
But I realized as I got closer to college that I didn't really have the gifts or the long-term vision to become an artist, even if I wanted to. I did, however, study architecture in college, where drawing and sketching are both useful skills. Like, for example, you draw a lot of scale models or human figures to kind of give an idea of how big a building is or how big a room is. One thing I drew a lot of when I was little was stick people. I've never been good at drawing realistic 3D people, like sketches with shading and all that. But from all my time drawing scale models in architecture, I figured out some tricks to sort of enhance from just the normal stick person. Like, you hear a lot of people say, oh, I don't have any artistic talent, all I can draw is stick people. You hear that all the time. So basically, these are some tricks to draw stick people, but with some added finesse. So I figured I'd share these techniques to kind of help boost the confidence of anyone who's in the same position as I was, who wants to draw stick people, but wants them to be, sort of premium stick people. As architecture keeps advancing in technology, there's less and less hand drawing and hand sketching in the industry. And these are things I've always had a passion for. So I want to share the things I've learned and hopefully start more conversations about this dying art. Hopefully this will delay its complete death a little bit. Well, that's what I'm going to share.
So we could start with the classic stick person. You got the head, and then the body, and arms and legs. Pretty standard, pretty standard stuff. One thing you could do to give it a little more style or personality is to just mess around with the head. Like, you could separate the head from the body a little bit, and that kind of gives it some more, I don't know, makes them a little more fun. His head's just kind of floating there. You could do different shapes of heads. Like, you do like a square head, and draw the body. Give him some sort of little video game look, I suppose. You could add sort of, if you were to add the profile of a nose, that's another way you can do. So you just start with the oval, and then just add like a little triangle for the nose, and then now you're adding sort of this directionality to it, where he's definitely, oh my goodness, where he's definitely looking a certain way. Oh my goodness, forgotten how bad I am at this. So you have the head, you add the nose. So now he's looking that way. Another thing you could change is you could add really simple hands and feet. So like, if you show the body and then you have the legs, you could add just a simple line like that. Like, now he has a foot, granted a huge foot, but you add feet. Now you can show direction that way, and then it's just adding a body part, gives it that much more dynamicness. And he's walking. Another trick with the walking is if you show, say you show he's walking like this, and then you show like one arm down like this and the other one down like that, but a little like this back arm's coming back a little farther. That kind of gives it more of an impression of walking. If you wanted to add hands to it, so you have the body, the head, you could just add like a few small little fingers, so like show an outstretched hand, or you could just draw another little circle, and that kind of shows a fist. If you want to get fancy, you could show like a fist and then like a thumbs up. Just simple stuff. Gives them a little personality. One thing I'll do sometimes, if I'm drawing a bunch of people, like if I'm drawing a scene of like a building or a landscape or something where there's a ton of people, I'll make it a little easier on myself and just draw these kind of carrot people, where you start with the shoulders and then you just draw like a shape, like a long just carrot looking body with the head floating above that. And it doesn't look like much right now, but I'll show you later. If you have a ton of these and they're like different shapes and sizes, different heights and stuff like that. If you populate a scene with a bunch of these, it's not a bad effect, really. It'll save you a lot of time drawing people like this. Another thing you could do to add to your stick people, give them a little more flair, is to draw pretty primitive clothes. So you could do you could just start with, like, if you were going to do the torso, you could just do that as a rectangle, have the head and the arms coming out like where the shoulders would be, and then maybe if you're going to do pants, you could just draw kind of like little rectangular pants, and then ankles come out, it's got feet. Add some more dimensionality to it. And you could try other clothes, like you do a long sleeve shirt. These guys are getting progressively bigger now, but anyway. You got the hands come out, and then, if you wanted to do like a dress or a skirt, pretty simple, just trapezoid shape, feet coming out. Another thing you'll see sometimes is if you're trying to draw someone running, for example. So when you're running, you're kind of leaning forward a bit. So if you draw the body, slants it a bit. If he's running left to right, you have the body and the head here. The arm, you could add an angle to it to show the elbow, like his arms out in front of us, like the arms are pumping when you're running. And then the back arm, if you think about it, if this arm is bent like this, then your other arm is going to be coming back. And so if you show the angle the other way, that's not great, but the arms are pumping, and so when your back arm comes back, your elbow is up. Pretty simple. I mean, you could accomplish that just doing like line, again, not great. You gotta kind of get the hang of it if you're gonna do it all in one motion. Then the legs, you want to show them, so like the front leg will be bent, and with the knee and the shin. And then you could for the back leg, you could either do like a straight, so that's it looks like he's power walking up some stairs. But if you show, another way you could do the back leg is, got the arms, front leg. If you show the back leg as with the knee bending and the back foot coming up, that's another way you can do it. Add some feet to show that. So very, very simple stuff. Just adding lines and little shapes here and there, kind of give your stick people more flair and personality. So before I was doing some practice stuff, and if you have so you draw a building and you kind of use the 1-point perspective, where say this is like the sidewalk leading up to a building with a weird door and it's Death Star looking, I don't even know. If you're showing a bunch of people, like I was saying earlier, and you have the carrot people, as I was calling them, you can see like this scene it doesn't look bad. Like there's not much detail to the people, but obviously they're not really supposed to be the focal point. They're there to kind of populate it and make this look believable, give it context, so like what scale the building is. And there's other tricks. If you're doing a perspective drawing like this, where it's 3D but you're trying to show depth, like something far away is smaller, I'll probably do a video like that in the future, where I show how you set up the lines, just for the basic beginner stuff.
So as with all hand sketching and drawing, there's an element of imperfection to these stick people that we've created. But that's kind of the key. The little mistakes and accidents you make, that's what makes the stick people unique, and that's what gives them the personality. So embrace that. There's no need for perfect steadiness of hand or perfect sense of proportion here. These drawings are your creations, so make them you. As always, thumbs down, unsubscribe, complete silence in the comment section would be awesome. I'm kidding. Let me know which ones you like or which ones you don't like. I'm definitely going to do, like I said, I'll do videos about perspective, and I might do a video about drawing things like trees and clouds and other things that kind of make the landscape drawings look a little more, look cooler. Thanks, guys.
Look at this. I'm gonna draw fancy pants here. Yeah, that really worked. Look how tall this guy is. That's Anthony Davis right there.